But at the end of the day, these businesses are controlled by money and they will make financial decisions. And
Hmm.
if you kind of have a situation where a company goes woke and the conservatives complain, and the company, addresses that and they reverse course. They say, okay, we're not going to be woke anymore. And then that company fails. That's a signal to the businesses to say, well, why the fuck should we even try to not be woke? The conservatives aren't going to help us if we, change back. Like it's already too late. Almost all these companies are already woke. It's already too late to try to get them to not go woke. So there needs to be, in my mind, a path strategically, on a strategic level, there needs to be a path of redemption available to woke companies if the goal is to get wokeness out of these industries.
Yeah, I think that, an actual apology would be key to that. And I think that's what conservatives have signaled to Anheuser-Busch over and over and over again. No half measures here. I understand that Alyssa is gone. I know she's been fired, even though a leave of absence. Yeah, okay, sure.
Like, what would the apology look like exactly? They can't just come on and say, we're sorry that we had a trans / maybe gay person in drag, on an ad. Like, they can't just say that, because then it's like, well, what's wrong with having a trans or gay person?
We insulted our audience.
Yes.
We insulted you. Our ad campaign suggested that you, our loyal customers, were not important to us. And we want to make it clear to you that we took a bad misstep. And you are important to us. You are the heart and soul of our business. And we humbly apologize for the insult that we paid to you through this misguided ad campaign.
I think they could say sort of the whole, we should have listened. We need to listen to our customer base. And we definitely messed up and all that stuff.
They should say there are two genders. And men in wigs are not women. They are men in wigs.
They cannot say that.
They're going to kiss their whole non-binary audience goodbye,
Right.
Ethan.
Yes.
Yeah, I know,
yes,
right?
For that half a case of beer every year.
Well,
Ethan, I think our positions are very divergent here. So I just want to make that clear. Like, I accept that there are trans people in the world, and I think there are some very nice trans people. They suffer from a thing called gender dysphoria. And in order to get over it, they transition into the opposite sex from when they are. The talk that we had about everyone wanting to be famous, I think fits the Dylan Mulvaney case just a little too accurately here. It seems like someone wanted attention, and in our modern era, this is the way to get attention. So I feel like there's a little grifter thing that I'm more offended by than the trans thing.
I'm offended by the campaign to constantly promote gender dysphoria,
right? But
as though
if Blair White came out,
were the solution to problems, with children who are tomboys who have a little bit of confusion in their younger years. We're seeing like the craziest reactions from parents who seem to actually be hoping their kids are trans. The idea that there are trans kids that need to be protected. The idea that there are children who could choose to be, or let you know that they are transgendered children.
Yeah, no, I'm not in favor of kids. Look, I'm not in favor of kids transitioning.
And that's what this is all about.
I think there
seems to be.
I think there could be a social contagion aspect, so I completely agree with you on those terms. Like if it was Blair White instead of Dylan Mulvaney, like I'm really curious how that would play out, because Blair White is like an outspoken conservative. She looks like a conventionally attractive woman. She doesn't look like a guy in a dress. Like Blair White would be an interesting.
What does transgenderism have to do with drinking beer?
Nothing. But I'm just
why
saying,
are we even talking about it? Like, why is this something that Bud Light
it's an interesting
read
topic.
into? Well, I mean, I know that. I'm just saying, but why are we sitting there working out the proper transgendered
There wouldn't be. It would be
for Bud Light?
Right.
They have this idea. They were like, listen, we've got a huge social contagion going on. 40% of our kids today, our future Bud Light drinkers, are non-binary and trans.
No. So wait.
We need to reach these people. These are the drinkers of tomorrow. How are we going to do it?
This is what happened. Okay, Bud Light, their market share, I believe, was going down. and has been going down for quite some time. I think, I'm not 100%, but I think Bud Light's primary drinkers are women, I believe. And they said,
really?
I think so. And they said, and they're sort of saying, how do we get more, how do we get more young people to drink our, our piss water Bud Light? Yeah. How do they get more people? And they're like, well, these kids, you know what they like? They like the TikToks, right? We got to get some TikTok person to be, on our beers. Hire some new VP of advertising who knows about the TikToks. And they hire some woke VP who says, oh, all the TikTok kids, they like Dylan Mulvaney. And so that's how that comes to be.
I think you're exactly right, Stitch. I think that, or Sitch, I'm sorry. I think that's exactly how this happened was, just as you described, that's how SJWs get in.
Yes.
And then they just fill your organization with more people like them.
Yep.
So, I think that probably the execs or the higher ups are flabbergasted by all of this. They got took.
Yeah. They're caught completely unawares,
but the question is, it's like this isn't appropriate. This isn't appropriate. This agenda isn't appropriate, and I see it everywhere, and I'm sick of it. I'm just tired of it. I think Americans are tired of it, and they want to be able to put their foot down somewhere, and this is where they're going to put it down.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Well, listen, I believe in. I guess I'm a cold, heartless Vulcan here, just like trying to think of the strategy, not the feelings of the people.
Like how they're supposed to appease America. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be very hard. I think there is language that can be used that makes it all about how the customer was mistreated, insulted, neglected, because that's all true. And then if somebody wants to read between the lines and say, oh, they're saying, well, maybe we shouldn't have,
What if they paid Kid Rock to come out as trans? How about that?
There you go. No, I think
I'm not looking for them to say we used Dylan Mulvaney and that was an insult to you.
Right. Yeah, you're saying
but
just
Dylan
a broad
Mulvaney
statement,
is there because of the insult that was already in place by this VP of marketing, who basically said we don't like our current customers and we need the customers of the future. And apparently the customers of the future are all non-binary. It's very strange, man. This is the stress. I really feel like this is the stress that American people live with almost every single day. This is what's put in front of their faces in 2023 constantly. And it's terrifying because most normal Americans have kids. We have families. We long for, we pray for our future. I want grandchildren. I want great-grandchildren perhaps before I die. I don't want this. I don't want these messages poisoning my kids. And I see it constantly. This idea that you're feeling a little troubled, you're a little depressed, you're not sure who you are, join the club. That's every 12, 13, and 14-year-old. You grow out of it. 99.9% of people grow out of it. These people are promoting changing your gender and subjecting yourself to a lifetime of debilitating medical procedures as an option, as the solution, as happiness to all of these problems that the kids all experience in puberty. And it's diabolical and it has to be stopped. This is just one thing. But it's at the heart of what's going on right now. This turmoil that's going on, I think, in the hearts of the American people and perhaps in the world, that we have to witness this, that we have to put up with it. And that our own the products that we consume, that we endorse to each other by sharing them around our dinner tables. These are part of the effort to attack our families. This is despicable. I don't know. I'm not sure how. I don't know how you apologize for that. I'm not sure how you apologize for that. But I don't think worrying about what trans people are going to think about your apology should be a factor. Should be apologizing to people that you are part of this campaign to destroy families.